Welcome to this short video on ProjectTracker, the software that creates project management S-curves from Primavera P6 or Microsoft Project. The resulting reports are the same, but you can import data from Primavera P6 via the database, an XER file or an XML file, and with Microsoft Project via a direct connection with the Microsoft Project software open or via an XML file. So for this example, I'm going to use an XER file. So I have a project file, which is my latest update, and a baseline file to compare against. We could compare against a second baseline if we wished as well. So I'm just going to click on import here, and very quickly the data is imported and we see our S-curves. So there is some status information at the top. We are 61% through the project. We should be 72, so we're 11% behind, and we've slipped by around 52 days. The project is scheduled to finish 98 days late, and that's borne out by the curve. So the blue is our planned or our baseline, the red is what we've done so far, the actual finishing at the data date or the status date, and the green is what we've got left to do. So we plan to finish on the 16th of April 25, and we're projected to finish on the 1st of September 25. And down the bottom here in the x-axis grid, we've got a variety of data that can be formatted. So in this instance, we've got the cumulative planned percent and the cumulative actual percent and the date. So very simple. This is the simplest curve you can get out of ProjectTracker, a duration based curve, so there's no need to add resources or costs to the project. But you can have a physical percent complete graph, so rather than it working on duration percent complete, it will plot the physical percent complete. You can have a cost graph, so if the program has been costed up, we can have a curve on that data. Similarly, if there's resources added, we can curve that information. We can also look at tasks starting, so the number of tasks starting in a period, which would give us a slightly different curve type, tasks ending, or milestones. There are a variety of different curves to look at. They can be formatted in many different ways, so there's a formatting option over here where we could put our data labels in to show the percentages at each particular period if we wanted to. We can turn on or off different lines, so I might want to add in an earn value line. So because we've got a duration graph, this is earn duration, but if it was cost, it would be earn cost, earn value cost, etc. And we can format a variety of different information, put some fuel gauges down at the bottom if you like to show where the slippage graphically is. Lots of different settings. We can put in monthly or weekly resource graphs, bar graphs to show where the duration or where the cost is happening each period. And it can be formatted. We can format all the lines, what y-axis are shown, a variety of different things that can be formatted, which we may deal with in another video. But more importantly, back to the S-curve here. So we can look at, so we have one S-curve that we brought in, but when we're looking at a project, doesn't tell the whole picture, because a delay or an acceleration may be caused by one trade or one part of the building, one discipline. So the unique thing about ProjectTracker is that we can drill down to look at information. So we can do that by WBS or summaries, via code libraries. So in the terms of Primavera P6, this is activity codes, or in Microsoft Project it's outline codes, or by resource. So if I just look at code to start with, obviously the project has been allocated with code. So if I look at type, and this is broken down into different parts of the building, so if I click on OK and then click on this option called check create child curves, you can see there's a number of reports available. So the first report is my project as a whole, and then I can go through looking at different constituent parts of the project. So this is the main hall, how that happened or is happening, and you can see as I navigate through, I can see perhaps which parts of the project are causing problems and which parts aren't. And when you go to print, we could print all these out and this would come out in one PDF. So it's a really good report to show us where we are. So we have this view where we can navigate through the different parts of the project, or that can be looked at in a grid layout. So this is a simplified version, but a very good management report where we can see simply which parts of the project might be causing us problems. So it looks to me like this main hall has been the main part of the problem. So we can have it in a grid layout or in this layout here, or I could look at it by WBS, the structure of the project. So maybe I want to look at the manufacturing section, see what off-site activities have caused problems. So we can see that manufacturing, so our design is nearly finished but finishing late. Detailing likewise, and we can see that procurement happened sort of on time but is now prescribed to be going late. So lots of different graphs, lots of different data that we can look at to analyze our project in more detail. Obviously all this information will be printed out, as I showed you, exported to Excel or copied to the clipboard to be pasted into other reports. Just want to show you finally that we have an S-curve, and that's the main sort of thrust of Project Tracker, but you can show different types of graphs. So a slip trend graph would show us the cumulative and progressive slip or acceleration to the project. Really useful report this, so we can see that at the start we were quite way ahead of the project actually, but then progressively as it's got red, it's got worse and worse and worse, and now we're finishing around 10 weeks behind, so the 52 days in fact, but that's the amount that we've slipped. So that's a very useful report. Also you get a dashboard, so a textual dashboard, a simple graph, and some gauges and dials to show the status of the project. Progress, so this is a text-based progress reports, can be useful, printed out, edited to help people understand what's going on. Quality report, so this is like a DCMA quality report to look at how well structured our project is it been linked up correctly, is everything baselined, is there naughty things like start finish links or lead and lag. So we've got all this information here, and if we want to look at what's in the project that's causing the problems, we could click on the little circle and this will go through and show us a report of the activities that are breaching that part of the DCMA schedule. And this activity report can be extended if you wish to show all the tasks in the project, filtered in many different ways. But the main thrust of it is the S-curve, but you can see there's lots of extra things. Very simple, creating S-curves from Primavera or Microsoft Project, used by thousands of people in a multitude of industries. Thank you for listening.